Most people think gold simply comes from the earth. It's mined from deep underground, melted, refined, and turned into jewelry, coins, and electronics. Simple, right? But here's the strange part. Gold is incredibly heavy, one of the heaviest elements that exists naturally. And according to the rules of physics, the Earth shouldn't even have it. In fact, when our planet first formed, almost all the gold should have sunk straight into the core, over 3,000 kilometers beneath our feet, far deeper than any mine could ever reach. Which means the gold in your ring, the gold in your phone, even the gold in ancient treasure, technically shouldn't be here at all. So the real question isn't just, where did gold come from? It's this. If the Earth wasn't supposed to have gold, why is there so much of it near the surface? The story starts about 4.5 billion years ago. Back then, Earth wasn't the calm blue planet we know today. It was a violent, molten world. Imagine an entire planet made of liquid rock, glowing red, constantly crashing into other objects flying through space. During this time, the materials that made up Earth began separating. Heavy elements sank downward. Lighter materials floated upward. It's the same thing that happens when oil separates from water or when heavy sand settles at the bottom of a river. And gold is extremely heavy. So as the young Earth melted and churned, nearly all the gold sank deep into the planet's core, locked away forever. Scientists estimate that over 99% of Earth's gold is still down there today. If we could somehow reach the core, there would be enough gold to cover the entire planet's surface in a layer about half a meter thick. But of course, we can't reach the core. The deepest hole humans have ever drilled, the Kola super deep borehole, only reached about 12 kilometers. That's barely scratching the surface. And yet, we still find gold in the Earth's crust, in rivers, in mountains, in rocks. So if it all sank into the core, where did this gold come from? For a long time, scientists had a simple explanation. They assumed some gold just got stuck in the crust while the planet was forming. But that explanation never quite worked. Because when researchers studied the chemistry of ancient rocks, something didn't add up. The amount of gold near the surface was far too high, much higher than it should have been if it had simply been left over from Earth's formation. Something else must have delivered it. Something dramatic. Something cosmic. And the answer turned out to be one of the most violent periods in the history of our solar system. Roughly 4 billion years ago, Earth went through a time scientists call the Late Heavy Bombardment. Picture space filled with giant asteroids and planetary debris. Rocks the size of mountains smashing into planets again and again. The moon still carries the scars from this era, those giant craters you can see from Earth. But Earth was hit too, over and over again. And here's the fascinating part. Many of those asteroids were packed with metals, including gold. These space rocks acted like cosmic delivery trucks. Every impact blasted gold and other rare metals into the Earth's crust. And by this point in Earth's history, the planet had already cooled enough that the gold couldn't sink all the way down to the core anymore. So instead, it stayed trapped in the crust, right where we can find it today. In other words, much of the gold we mined didn't form inside Earth at all. It was delivered from space. But the story actually goes even deeper than that. Because asteroids didn't create the gold either. Gold atoms themselves were forged in events so powerful, they make exploding stars look small. To understand that, we have to go even further back. Before Earth. Before the solar system. Back to the death of ancient stars. Most elements in the universe are made inside stars. Hydrogen fuses into helium. Helium into carbon. Carbon into oxygen. But gold is different. Gold requires an enormous burst of energy, far more than normal stars can produce. For a long time, scientists believed gold formed during supernova explosions, when massive stars collapse and explode. But newer research suggests something even more extreme. Gold may be created when neutron stars collide. Neutron stars are the ultra-dense remains of dead stars. Imagine squeezing the mass of the sun into a sphere about the size of a city. Now imagine two of those smashing into each other at incredible speed. When they collide, the explosion releases a flood of subatomic particles. Under those extreme conditions, atoms rapidly capture neutrons, building heavier and heavier elements. Platinum, uranium, and gold. In just a few seconds, a single neutron star collision can create more gold than exists on Earth. That material then blasts across space as cosmic dust. Eventually, that dust becomes part of new star systems, new planets, and billions of years later, some of it ends up inside asteroids. Asteroids that eventually crash into young planets like Earth, which means the gold in your jewelry has taken an unbelievable journey. First created in a catastrophic collision between dead stars, then drifting through space for millions of years, then trapped inside asteroids, then delivered to Earth during violent impacts, then buried in rock for billions of years, until humans finally discovered it. So the next time you see gold, the question isn't just, where did this come from? The better question is this: how did something born in a cosmic star collision travel across the universe, survive planetary chaos, and end up on someone's finger? Because gold isn't just rare. It's cosmic history you can hold in your hand. And once you realize that, gold stops being just a metal. It becomes a story that began long before Earth even existed. Thank you for watching Ordinary Explained. If this video changed the way you see something ordinary, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves mind-blowing science. And remember, sometimes the most ordinary things around us have the most extraordinary origins.